Now, there are growing fears that Syria stands on the edge of a return to widespread violence after days of sectarian bloodshed that one human rights group estimates killed at least 1,000 people. The country's interim leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, has appealed for unity in what is the worst period of unrest since he took control last December, having ousted the longtime president Bashar al-Assad. The worst violence has been around the port city of Latakia and began when gunmen from the minority Alawite community, loyal to the former president, attacked the new security forces. Their response has been brutal. The US and Russia have now called for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council to discuss the crisis. Let's go live now to Damascus and our correspondent there, Lina Sinjab. And Lina, after days of violence, where do we stand? I just want to bring our audience this line coming in from the Syrian Defense Ministry as well, saying it's managed to keep remnants away, militant groups away from vital centres, securing most of the main roads. So action still happening on the ground, it seems.
Well, there are, speedy efforts by the official authorities here and the official army and security to control the situation after, a terrible bloodshed that shook the country, especially against the minorities of civilians from the Alawite minority. The interim president Ahmed al-Sharaa vowed to stop any remnants of the Assad regime and bring them to justice, but also said that they will not tolerate anyone affiliated to the government who conducted any violations and any attack against civilians, and that all will be brought to justice. The task is very difficult and very, challenging. There are, jihadists among the fighters who came with him to Damascus. There are foreign fighters. Is he going to treat them? How is he going to bring them to justice? That's going to be a big challenge at a time where remnants of the Assad regime are trying, hard to destabilize the situation inside Syria. They are members of the Alawites. They are members of the security forces and the army who conducted crimes against thousands of Syrians during the rule of Bashar al-Assad. They don't want to be prosecuted or brought to justice because they have blood on their hands, and they have a vested interest in spreading fear among the minorities, in destabilizing the security of the country and keep the blood shed cycle going on. Even not only in the coastal sides. Yesterday here in Damascus, in some areas where some of the Alawites community are based, there were clashes heard and some shooting heard. We don't have any confirmed information about any injuries, but that shows you the scale of the challenge ahead of this government, which by itself, is accused of having, its own jihadist history. The interim president Ahmed al-Sharaa led Hayat Tahrir al-Sham for years. It was affiliated to al-Qaeda. So everyone, whether internally, is looking, with caution about what he's going to do, and also the international community is looking with caution on how he's going to manage in a way to protect all Syrians of all sects and all minorities.
Lina, thank you. That's our correspondent there in Damascus, Lina Sinjab.